What's up, folks? What is happening? Welcome to the latest episode of Terrible Towel Tuesday. Emphasis on the latest. I am late tonight, guys, and I will explain to you why. And I'm going to also explain to you how this show will be a little different in terms of I got to get in and out. I say it all the time, but I'm literally going to set, a 30-minute timer on my phone to make sure I do not go beyond that. And I'll let you guys know why. Man, horrible day today in terms of my personal commute. It rained on the way home. I saw it happening. I had a late meeting. I didn't get to leave right at 4. I left about 4:20. And as you know it, dark, raining. I literally just walked in the door at like 7:38 Eastern time. Ate really quick, and now here I am. But I need some time to decompress. I got to go right back in there tomorrow. I told you guys I do the back-to-back 2 days a week. So I got to travel right back to D.C. again tomorrow. So tonight, I apologize in advance, and I'm sure I will say this again during the show. Won't be taking phone calls tonight. I know this is normally the phone call night, but I don't really have much to get into. I'm really gonna just allow you guys to give me your thoughts in the comments. I haven't even had time to watch Tomlin. Haven't had the time to rewatch the game fully. It's just been a whirlwind Monday and today. So here we are. But welcome, and hopefully we'll have a good 30 minutes together. Let's say hello to the early commenters. Who we got? We got Boss Una, Vistalite, Rajan, Zero Rivers, my man Brent Fox, Sun Moon 80. Who is that? Stank Ma. My man Y Diggy in the building. Jack Bauer, Brandon Cheney, Lyle McCombs, Joshua Shields, Claude Bishop, Tyrone Johnson, Leonard, father-in-law Leonard, Bettsburg. Who else we got? 007, James Trevant. He said, "What's up, Sim? I went to my first game, man. It was straight. Straight enjoyed it. Enjoyed it all. Renegade Mystic is real." Yeah, Mystique. The Renegade Mystique is real. I said that after the game, man. After on the show, I said, look, if you've never been there, you wouldn't understand. It's real. It is real. All right, Mr. Elman, and we'll start right there. So like I said, guys, I'm about to set a 30-minute timer right now. I'm not even putting it on the screen. I'm doing it on my phone to make sure I abide by it. Give me a second. Tough day for me today, man. The commute kicks my butt sometimes, especially when you have storms. And it's, like I said, I left the job at roughly 4:25. I walked in the door at 7:38. So you guys can imagine, I'm going through it right about now. 30 minutes. 1 second. Give me a second. All right, there it is. 30 minutes. And when it goes off, I go off. All right, so really quick, man. As I put there in the title, I said the Steelers may have found a winning formula. Have found a way to win. And actually, what did I title this thing? I think I left a word out. Hold on. Oh, winning recipe during the development. I'll talk a little bit about that, man. I did, browse through the game again. I didn't do my full rewatch because, again, I haven't had the time to do it. You guys who will get the All-22 breakdown, I'm heading out of town Friday evening. So my goal is to try to get that done tomorrow night or Thursday before I head out of town. I'll be gone for the entire week, spending Thanksgiving away. And what I saw, man, is much like what I saw Sunday. What the Steelers basically were able to do, man, is they play solid defense. I have Arthur Marlette there in my thumbnail because I just want to highlight what a great play he had. I'm not saying he was an MVP or anything like that, but I wanted to emphasize technique, right? And that's going to be one of my keys. Both him, you can even say Cam Sutton. You can definitely say Levi Wallace, who might have, stole the show as the corner with that phenomenal interception that he had. But This is the recipe I think that they have found. We'll see if it continues. And why I said recipe that they found while during development is because, listen, again, Kenny Pickett is developing right before our eyes. Right before our very eyes, he's developing. You're going to have to give him time. Kenny Pickett missed some throws in that game. Again, I went back and watched him. I can't wait to watch the 22 so I can really see. And he's a little bit gun shy, man. I don't know if it's because of the excessive turnovers that he has to date. I don't know if maybe someone is telling him to be careful. But there are opportunities that I saw while watching the game, and it's going to make more sense when I watch the film, that I still feel like Kenny might be holding the ball a little bit gun shy. I know there was an opportunity to hit Pickens in the end zone one of those times. And we're just going to have to let it happen, man. You know, don't be so hasty judging the guy. You're just going to have to let it happen. But like I said, I think the winning recipe right now is if the Steelers can play sound defense. I'm not saying we're going to be lights out, but sound. That's the key word for what happened on Sunday. Technically sound at the cornerback position. Man, that play with Arthur Marlette, that breakup, you cannot, in my opinion, you can't defend a slot fade any better than that. Especially when you face guarding. You can't. I mean, beautiful, outstanding technique from the kid. Outstanding. You know, staying in phase. Both him and Levi Wallace. You know, Levi Wallace staying in phase and playing the ball all the way through the catch point and ripping the ball away. And that's why I'm saying if the Steelers are going to, you know, win more ball games, again, I'm not saying make a run. I know some of you guys try to jump on that. And if they do, they do. But I'm saying if they're going to win more football games, if we're going to be able to see what this team is able to do week after week, it's going to have to be right there. Technically sound, front end assisting the back end. You know, rush and coverage work together. So obviously getting TJ Watt back was a huge boost. It allows other guys to eat, like Highsmith, who's now sitting at 8.5 sacks on the season. And you allow these guys to just play technical football on the back end, man. And I think the Steelers still have the capability of being a solid defense. Now, again, am I making too much of it playing against the Saints? No, I'm not going to do that. But also, let's think about the defense we played when we played Cincinnati early in the season. Let's think about the defensive effort they put out there against Tampa Bay. Let's think about the defensive effort, particularly in the second half against the Miami Dolphins, where they had to adjust to what the Dolphins were doing early. Let's think about the defensive effort they put out there against New England and the Jets. You know, again, these games are relatively close. Let's think about the missed opportunities offensively when they played Cleveland, right? So I say all that to say, I still don't think this team at this point is going to go on a run. I think there's too much at stake. I really do think that there's just way too much for them to overcome at this point. You know, you got 4 more divisional games, right? And sitting at 3-6. I mean, if I'm being optimistic, there's a slight chance that a team this year makes the playoffs from the AFC with a 9-8 record. Slight chance, right? So even if you're saying that the Steelers are going to do that, these cats can only lose 2 more games. And are you confident in saying that they will only lose 2 more games? You know what I'm saying? But like I said, winning formula, the winning recipe while in development is playing technically sound defense, continuing to being able to run the football. That's how it's going to work. That's going to allow Kenny Pickett to develop, because Kenny Pickett right now is not going to be your 30-plus passer on a week-in and week-out basis and win football games. He's not at that point right now. Can he make some plays? Yes. Does his accuracy show up at times? Yes. But then also, he has these moments where he's wildly inaccurate. He has these moments where I don't know if he actually reads the progressions as fast as he might need to post-snap. He has these moments sometimes when he locks in on a particular target. We saw it again in this game. Let's not forget that incomplete pass that he threw to Freiermuth again in triple coverage. That's 2 times. That's 2 times in 2 consecutive weeks he's forced to pass like that. But then he comes back and he redeems himself. You know, when he hits Deontay Johnson down the field, the slants that he was throwing to some of those guys were on the money. You know, there were times when he was going through his progressions, but what I'm saying is the fact that he is a developing quarterback, we're not going to win shootouts. It's clear. So the winning recipe is what you saw against the Saints. Can they do that against other teams? That is to be determined. Do I think they'll be able to do that against Cincinnati? I don't know. Do I think they'll be able to do that against the Ravens? Now, some of those games that you think are winnable, sure. The Colts, you know, even though they just got themselves a win, but the Colts, the Raiders, the Panthers, the Falcons, those seem to be winnable games, right? What is that, 4? There's 4 games I just said. So you add that to the total, that's 7. That'd be 7 wins if you win those winnable games. So the question is, again, are there 2 more games in there that you think the Steelers can actually win? I don't know. Can we bottle up the Ravens' run game? That's really the question. Ravens' defense honestly doesn't scare me. Now, maybe they scare you a little bit with Kenny Pickett at the helm. But I'm not too afraid of the Ravens defensively right now. There's some weaknesses there, but the Ravens is always going to be formidable, man, because they have that, like, just come right at you type of run game, as well as the window dressing type of run game. I mean, it's so much that you have to defend, and even the formations. And, we'll see. The Ravens, going to pose that type of threat to most teams. And the Steelers have done a relatively decent job against the run. But again, how are they going to do when they face a team like that? So that's kind of what I got, man. Like I said, guys, and let me say it now while all of you guys are here. And I'll be brief to, give you guys a little more time. I do apologize for tonight. This is not my traditional show as far as the format and, the length of time, if you will. And like I said, you guys know this by now, but I always have to say this for the newcomers. I live in Pennsylvania. I live in a place called York, Pennsylvania. My home office is in Washington, D.C. 2 times a week I have to commute to D.C. And yes, it is Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Today was the worst travel day in the world, I swear. Rain, dark, and it's just anytime it rains, I know I'm not going to get home in time. I left my job, usually leave at 4 o'clock, but today, because we had a meeting, I left at 4:25-ish. I just literally walked in the house at 7:38, scarfed down dinner, and now I'm here with you guys. So again, I'm only going 30 minutes tonight. I have 20 and a half minutes of my 30 remaining. So that's why didn't do the phone queue tonight. I apologize for that, but it should be back next week. And like I said, man, my last 2 days have been so busy. I have not seen Tomlin's Tuesday presser. I have not intently watched the game again to give you guys the normal, reaction to the game post the knee-jerk reaction, which comes on the post-game show. So that's all I got. But like I said, I'm going to spend time here in the chat. I just want to chop it up with y'all a little bit, man. Again, I'm going to always try my best to bring some type of content, whether my time is short or not. I feel like I do owe that to you guys because, again, this is something that I enjoy doing. You guys allow me to do it. So whenever I can, I'm going to give you some content, even if it's short and brief. And hopefully you guys understand, man. So let's get to it. Give me some other things. Like I said, as I wait for some of you guys' comments, that's the winning recipe, man. Kind of what they were able to put on display against the Saints. And again, I'm not overjoyed by that. It's a depleted Saints. We also had injuries, so it's fair. It's relative at this point of the season. But I'm just saying that is going to be the recipe for them to win for the remaining of the season. It's going to have to be not perfect, but technically sound defense, particularly in the secondary. That's going to be huge because we now have inserted TJ Watt back into the fold. That boosts the pass rush. So now can our DBs stay locked in, technically sound like they were playing this past Sunday? Can we continue to get the running game going? The Steelers rushed for 217 yards. Wow. When is the last time we've seen that? Time of possession was 39 minutes or so. That's the formula right there. While developing. Because like I said, Kenny Pickett is developing. So he's going to make some mistakes, man. And again, I saw some in that game. But let's come to the chat, man. I'll spend some time here for a little bit, man. What's up, Debbie and Lanisha? Hello, my lovely ladies, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in each and every week. I think Odessa's in here as well. So hello to all of our lovely, wonderful ladies of the chat. Lanisha, by the way, thank you. I got your donation outside of YouTube. So appreciate you for that. So I'm going to give you let me pull it up here. I'm going to give you a round of applause. Just because it wasn't on the show doesn't mean we need to not appreciate you the same. So round of applause for that donation, Lanisha. Brett Fox says, hey Sam, next week, where is it going to go? Next week is Thanksgiving week. You sure you'll be able to do a full show? Just looking out, brother. Well, that's a good question. I more than likely should. So like I said, we're traveling to Tampa to spend Thanksgiving there. Leaving this coming Friday. We'll be there the whole week. You know, we're basically staying Saturday to Saturday. I'm going to take my laptop, I'm going to take my camera, take my mic. So I will proceed as if I will be able to do the post game as well as the Terrible Towel next week. And we'll see, we'll see. Tuesday is the night, and so I should be able to still make that happen. But I definitely appreciate you looking out. And I'm glad you said that because it reminds me that, I won't be in my normal environment. But again, you can do a whole lot of things with a laptop, a mic, a camera, and a phony background. Even though I won't have my green screen, I'll figure out a way to blur the background or something. So we'll get to it. Round of applause, man, to Lyle McCombs. Thank you for that donation. You said, yo, if your family is trying to get in contact with Javon Holland's family, you says, N got the plug, or you saying I got the plug? Okay, well, let me explain that really quick. That would be wonderful. And let me explain. So for everyone who's wondering, I'm one of those people that, and it's the reason why, I didn't mention it so much. I'm one of those people that I don't brag and boast about something, especially if it's not something that's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like we have this long-lasting relationship, right? So that's why, I said it to you guys in passing, but I've never met the kid. By the time it gets to me, we're distant cousins. We're like fourth cousins. The way it works is his mother's, trying to get this correct, is either his mom's mom or dad, one of the two. They related to my mom. They were my mom's first cousin, which would make her, his mother, my mom's second cousin, which would make his mother my third cousin, and so forth. And that's how we're related. They lived out in the West Coast. I've met his mom a few times at family reunions years ago in the past. But, when you're family, you're family. But that's why I don't go around saying, oh, that's my cousin. Never met him. The main plug that I had to probably make that happen was my mom. And as you guys know, my mom, unfortunately, passed away in 2020. And, so yeah, that would be outstanding. My son now is a huge fan after I told him that. So, it would be cool just to say, hey, but yeah. But yeah, we are definitely related. But again, I don't claim to be like, that's my right-hand man or anything like that. I'm just related through his mom and through my mom. So there you have it. Yeah, and on that side of the family, it's extremely large on that side of the family. What else y'all got? Jacob Ballinger says, I just showed up to say that Trent Richardson Jr. still hasn't changed my name. Huh? Are you talking about Trent Richardson or are you talking about Najee? Because I've seen some people out there call it Najee Trent Richardson. So I'm not 100% sure what you're referring to there, Jacob. But yeah. Okay. What else y'all got? Zuri Rivers says, hey, you should have told Holland not to pick off Pickett. Right. You said, who am I talking about? Javon Holland. That's who I'm referring to. Oh, wow. That's dope. Round of applause to Lyle McCombs. He says, hit me up. I'm first cousins with his father. See, that's great. See, you got the closer plug than me. So this would, and we'll find a way to hit each other up. You can shoot me an email, SimFBallCritic@gmail.com. We can chop it up. But this is what you can say when you speak to the father or the mother or even him. You can because I don't want to, I don't like putting people's names and business out there. So I'll keep it simple. Just let him know that I'm related through the Winston side of the family. The Winston side of the family would be my relation to him and his mom. And then I'm sure his mom would more than likely know my mom's name if I told her, and But that's dope. That's dope, man. That my son would be over the moon with that. What else y'all got? Jacob said Najee equals Trent Richardson. I knew it. I knew that's who you were talking about. But see, here's the thing, man. Because I was listening to Dave and Alex, podcast yesterday, the terrible podcast, and somebody sent in a question saying, he basically something to the effect of Najee is a bum and this and that, and Warren is better. I'm like, I think you guys really need to pay attention to what happens on a week in and week out basis. I don't think fans do that enough. I don't think fans take other things into consideration, like, missed blocks or things like injury and things like that. Now, I will say this about Najee. Najee Harris, earlier in the season, as early as a week or two ago, he wasn't running like himself. Tiptoeing, and it's almost like he forgot he was a big guy. He ran hard Sunday. No ifs and buts about it. I don't think anyone can challenge the fact that Najee is a very skillful football player. When he decides to be big Najee, yeah, come on. So I don't understand fans, man. Y'all turn on people so quick. It's like a game or two. And not just Najee, this you could say this about multiple players. Dudes are trash after 2 or 3 games if they don't do something that you expected them to do. And come on, man, I don't think nobody in this chat can sit here and say that this man Najee is not a good football player. And Juan Rango says, well, the Saints are bums. Yeah, well, guess who else are bums? Our beloved Steelers right now are a bum squad. It is what it is. So, but like I said, I'm not here to change opinions. I'm just giving you my observations, man. I just think as fans, and it's probably, I'm sure, not just our fan base. I'm not gonna pick on us Steelers fans, but I tell you, man, you guys are rough, boy. Y'all are rough. Y'all are rough on a player. Chris says Faxim just threw him in the trash. Yeah, man, they said Najee who? Uh-oh, there we go. Tomlin is a bum. Okay, all right. What else y'all got? Cutboy says we're definitely bums. Yeah, man. But some of us in the Steelers Nation won't believe that. Some of us are still saying we going to the playoffs. We're going to win the Super Bowl. Still, I've seen it. James Tresvant says the D specifically prepares for Najee. If they prepared for Jalen, it would be different. You speaking too much logic, James. Because I don't recall anybody saying Najee was a bum last season. I don't recall that. Now, again, like I said, if you feel like we shouldn't have burned a first round pick on a running back, I don't have any beef with that at all. But sometimes we gotta state facts, man, and not go with our hearts and our feelings. Like, come on, man. Najee is not trash. Najee is a very skillful player. And I'm gonna be honest with you. Honestly, y'all know what I would prefer? Because this is what I keep seeing, right? I'm gonna give you two more examples. One example is with Najee and Jalen Warren. You keep seeing people saying Jalen Warren should be the featured back. Okay, well, what happened to the committee of backs, stable of backs? Look around the league. You see a lot of teams who are successful running the football. It's not a bell cow. So why do we always want to replace one guy with another guy? No. You know what I want? I want what we saw on Sunday. Najee getting off, Warren getting off, thunder and lightning, so to speak. One guy's a bigger guy, more lumbering, what have you, who got quick feet and things like that. The other guy is a quick hitter. That's what you want. So why do we always want to take one guy and replace him with somebody else? No. What we want is rotation. What we want is what we saw Sunday. Two running backs that are skilled, that were both playing well. It's called keeping the defense off balance. Let me give you another example. And it's funny because Dave and Alex said this too. And I have been seeing this on Twitter. Why are so many people requesting to replace? Listen to the word, replace. Not bring into the fold, replace. Why do so many people want to replace Alex Highsmith with the Anderson kid from Alabama? Where does that make sense? In today's NFL, you need probably at least a 3-deep package at the edge rush position. So I don't get it. And what about Alex Highsmith, right? Makes you want to replace him already. And what makes you think automatically, even though I think Anderson is dope, how do y'all just automatically think that college guys gonna come in and just be worlds better than? I don't get it. I'm sorry. I don't get it, bro. But whatever. I'll let y'all have it. All right, no doubt. Lyle, round of applause. Appreciate the donation. What happened? Lanisha is replying to Zori. What did Zori say? Oh, do I got Cash App? Yes, I do. Oh, thank you for asking. Y'all are so kind. I do have a Cash App. It is same name. It's at SimFBallCritic. And by the way, some people have figured this out. It's short for SimFootballCritic. That's when I was doing my Madden thing. That's I became the SimFootballCritic because Madden wasn't simulation and still isn't really. But it's how I got tied up with EA Sports and da 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 da. But instead of writing out football, I wrote it SimFBallCritic. So exactly how the name is spelled here. That's me everywhere. Twitter, Cash App, YouTube, all of the above. I use the same name to keep it very consistent and easy to find. 007 says armchair general managers, don't listen to him. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I don't get it. I can understand you saying, yo, if we hired at a high enough pick, let's bring Anderson in. I'm with that. But that's to add into the rotation, not to replace somebody. Bink the Batusi. Did I say that correct? Bink the Batusi, or is it Tusai? He says, as delusional as my fellow Steelers fans get, I've never heard this take on Highsmith. Yes, man, it's out there. I promise you, it's out there. I've seen it. Somebody actually sent it to me on Twitter. It's out there. I promise you, man. Why Diggy says Highsmith is good money for me. That's a bunch of nonsense. Plus, there's no telling whether Anderson would be there when we draft. Common sense, man. It's a good thing to have. What else y'all got? Marlon is replying to Jacob. He says, Jacob, Najee did what he was supposed to do. When he seen the opening, he bounced to the outside and took the right angle. Okay, I think y'all are debating Najee. And that's the thing, guys. It's never about, we're down to 3 minutes. It's never about knocking somebody else's idea. It's just, we just having banter. Batusai. Okay. Batosai. Got it. Bink the Batosai. I like that. That's dope. Appreciate it. Appreciate you giving me the phonetic spelling on that. Debbie says, Sim, it's the replacement theory. The next guy is always the best guy until he is trash. You know what you're getting for that, right, Debbie? We got a few more. And like I said, guys, and I've said it probably enough. I'm not going to keep repeating it, but you guys know why I did the show a little bit different tonight and why I'm cutting it short, so. Zoe Rivers says, I sent it to your Cash App, Unc. I appreciate that. I think you're one of the callers. Am I right? Because one of y'all that call always say, what's up, Unc? And I'll take that. But I think if you've called a few times, right? Told you guys, I'm pretty observant, man. Carlos Burgo says, hey, Sim, my buddies tell me that if Pickett had started from week 1, the season and his progression would have been better despite Watt injury. What do you think? I think it's possible. I think it's very possible that, well, you know what? Let me back off of that a little bit. I think what we're seeing out of Kenny Pickett, and actually, you know what? I'm going to give y'all 5 more minutes. Let me add 5 minutes to my timer. We can spare that, right? Hold on, give me a second. Let's add 5 more minutes because I think that 30 minutes went real quick. 5 more minutes. It's like this. It's the same stuff that I'm seeing out of Kenny right now. I think you would have saw it even more so earlier. Now, if the conversation is, because he came in at halftime of the Jets game, so it's not like we set him out forever. So I think the argument is would have given him that much more experience. I say yes. It's very possible we don't get out of Cincinnati though, so you got to look at that. So yeah, I don't know if it would have been any different, but it definitely would have helped with his development. I'm definitely there with you. And again, I give Tomlin and whoever else. Could have been Rooney. So I want to make sure I give the proper credit. I give credit to, of coach. We always got to give it to the coach, right? Because when he does bad, give it to him. So if he does a good thing, we got to say it's him. I give him credit for pulling the trigger and throwing him in the game when he did. I didn't think that would happen. So that's cool. Zori said, yeah, that's me. I figured. Nah, man, Unc don't make you old, man. I am an uncle. You know what I mean? I am an uncle. People are as old as they feel. Obviously I'm not that old, but yeah, I am definitely Unc to some. To the 20-year-olds, the 25s, I'm Unc. 30, even 30, I'm Unc. What else y'all got? Pittsburgh says Casey is a plus on the defense. If Minka plays this Sunday, I can see them having a lot of 3 safety looks and benefits passing downs on passing downs against Cincy. Yeah, I kind of feel, I don't know if Minka makes it back that quick, but it would be great, man, if he could. He had surgery. I know, a lot of times appendectomy. Is that how you say it? How you say it? How you say that word? Appendectomy, right? Because it's weird because it's not spelled like appendicitis or appendix. It's appendectomy. I think is how you say. I don't know. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. See, I keep it real with y'all, man. I don't know how soon you come back from that. I think Ben was out 2 games or so when he went down with it a while back. So it's a relatively, I guess it's more sort of an outpatient type of thing. But I just don't know, the recovery time and, a risk of getting hit. There was an incision. I don't know if he's back that soon. Steelers girl, hello, Miss Lady, another wonderful lady of that chat, man. Make sure y'all say hello to Steelers girl. She says, Kenny's blowing past the defensive players to grab a block for Najee was fire, though. It was. You got to appreciate that, man. You always got to appreciate players on the field, especially the ones that are not known for blocking per se, that are, your quarterback running downfield. It just shows that they're engaged, man. So you got to love that. OBM says, Sim, is there any way I could be a part of your lives as far as being like a co-host? Your content and viewpoints are dope, and I would like to be a part of that. Much love from the 804. Yeah, definitely, man. You see that I do the still tables with Kenyon. Maybe I'll throw a segment in there, a show or two, where I have some of y'all come on and be a panelist. If I'm being honest, it's probably not something that I'm looking to do right now as a dedicated thing. If I were to do something like that, it would be Kenyon. If I ever got to the point where I had a designated co-host at all times, but I kind of like this format because it just provides something different, if that makes sense. It's not the normal talking head stuff that you see on TV. And it makes it that much more special when I do. It's still table time. Got my man Kenyon in the building. My brother Kenyon is in the building. And when Tony can make it, it makes that show a little more special. Same thing with the ladies. It's still table time with the ladies. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, I think maybe I'll add that into rotation. Maybe we'll have Still a Nation panel or something. And, I'll say pick 3 of you all that would want to come on and do something like that. Yeah, so that's a possibility. But like I said, I try to be open and honest. It's not something I would want to have. There's the alarm, folks. There's the alarm. A few more minutes. But it's not like something I would want to have a running co-host all the time. Because like I said, I just think how I present this is a different format. So, well, real quick, I'll give y'all a couple more. Why Diggy says Tomlin said he was optimistic that he can play. Oh, wow. Okay, see, I hadn't heard his conference. So, y'all are telling me something. So, okay. Okay. Wakanda. Yes. I told y'all I was going to see that after the game. I did. Again, I'm the type of person that I'm not into spoilers, so I'm not going to do that for anybody. But I will say I will give it 2 of these. I enjoyed it. I like the storyline. I like how they worked in, obviously, Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace to him. It makes me wonder what the story would have been with him. Because there's reason to believe, and again, I'm not giving anything away, but when you see it, there's reason to believe that maybe it was the same story. I don't know. So it has my interest peaked, like, man, I wonder what it was going to be with him. But I think they did a good job. I'll leave it at that. Because I don't like the spoiler type stuff. Kev So Fun says, Sim, I saw Black Panther. How was it? So are you saying you saw it and you asking me how I feel, or is that a mistype? What up, T-Dab 804? We got two 804s in the building. Y'all already know, man. Come on, man. 2 up, 2 down. Round of applause, man. The Sport 8. Appreciate the donation, man. Like always, he says, well, I went to the Eagles-Steelers game. We got destroyed, but I repped us with pride. A week late with this, but thought I'd share. Never too late, man. He says, here we go. Never too late. It's never too late, man, to express that you tuned into a game live in live action. And listen, man, I forgot who said it here in the chat, but one of y'all said that y'all were at the game against the Saints. Listen, if you've only seen your team outside of Pittsburgh, do yourself a favor. I'm telling you, it's worth a trip one of these years. Plan a weekend trip, fly out to Pittsburgh and just feel that energy in the home stadium. Everything from just being out in Pittsburgh the night before and the day of, what I do is when I drive up there, I park at I think North Avenue, one of those. Or is it First Avenue or North Avenue? See, I'm not from there. Some of y'all that are from Pittsburgh will let me know, but I think it's First Avenue. It's the train station about 5 stops from the Steelers station. And I ride the train and it's just filled with, it's just the energy. And again, like my man said, that mystique of Renegade is real. To feel Renegade in stadium and to see how the defense responds to it, when you're lucky enough to be there, nothing like it, dog. Nothing like it. And like I told you guys before, I was at that Colts game. It wasn't before Renegade or anything, but it was after Renegade. But I was at that Colts game when Minka Fitzpatrick took that thing back 96 yards. And I didn't have a voice for the rest of the day because the energy in there was just, you screaming. Like if Floyd is in here, he would tell you. I was with Floyd. Man, what's up, Norfolk? You already know. We already know that whole handle right there, Tidewater area, Richmond. Yeah, you already know, man. It's much love. But yeah. Kenya got inside information on what that original story would have been. I'll definitely get that from Kenya. Yeah, it's something else, man. Something else. But all right, guys, like I told y'all, man, y'all always perk me back up. Portsmouth in the building. Okay, Marlon. I didn't know you was from Portsmouth, man. Now, all of y'all that are from that area, the beach area, they'll know this one. I wonder if we got any people from Bad News up in here. And I'm telling you, people like Marlon and who else? Who was that? Let me get back. Tyrone. They will know what Bad News is. You got to be from the area to know exactly what place I'm talking about. That's what it is, man. My VA folk in the building. Yeah, y'all always perk me back up and give me life, man. But like I said, man, I got to get out of here. Prepare myself to do this commute again tomorrow. And yeah. So again, just a couple announcements, man. Like I told you guys earlier, I will be traveling to Tampa. We're doing Thanksgiving with my father-in-law. He's never had a Thanksgiving with all of his, his actual kids together. So we're going down there. It's going to be a good time. So with that said, I don't know how the schedule is going to go. I would assume I would still be able to. Newport News. Y'all got it. They got it. That's what it is. That's bad news. But I assume I will still be able to do the post-game show after the Bengals game. Hopefully I see it. I'll say this. If it's not showing, well, my father-in-law has the same cable that I have, so I should be able to watch it. But if I'm not able to watch it in real time, I'll tell you what I'll do. Because I have NFL Plus, I'll watch it, the condensed version, after. So just give you a heads up. If for some reason I don't come on right after the show, right after the game, it's because I didn't see it live. You usually have to wait about an hour to see the condensed version. I will watch the full game, and I will still come on at some point that day. All right? So be on the lookout for that. And then I would expect to also do Terrible Towel Tuesday. But there you have it. But you guys should definitely be hearing from me again before Thanksgiving. So it's all love. And for you guys who are family, extended family members who've actually joined the channel. I'm going to get that all 22 footage out for you tomorrow night or Thursday. But I'm definitely going to get it. Very latest would be Friday during the day. But I definitely want to make sure I get that out to you guys before I hit that airport Friday night. Oh, one more donation. Round of applause to my man Luis D. He says, hey, late arrival, having TJ has helps Alex now that, having TJ has Alex now, no, I think there's a mistype in there. So I'm going to read it the way he wrote it and then interpret it. He says, hey, late arrival, having TJ has Alex now that he has more experience, having those one-on-one matchups has him in a better position to succeed. So I get the gist of what he's saying. He says having TJ will basically help Alex Highsmith get more one-on-one matchups, putting him in a better position to succeed. I fully agree with that. I think we saw that Sunday. Buddha Blaze said, oh, you said you in Tampa. Okay, that's what's dope. Yeah, I know SGO. SGO is in Tampa too, I believe. Yeah, I know the natural. Yeah. I believe he's out there in Tampa too. Yeah, I've been around him plenty of times, man, dealing with the EA stuff, So yeah, that's my guy. Hold on. Debbie says, Sam, aren't you able to log into your internet system and see the game? As long as you have access and throw the feed to the TV. I don't know. I know it was a point where I think they had an app with the company that I'm with, but it didn't always work. So, yeah, I'll have to check into that, Debbie, to find out for sure. And y'all know how those things work, man. They always ducking and dodging. Like I tried to get my brother on to it, they wouldn't take any new subscribers. So yeah. But all right, let me get out of here, man. Peace and love to y'all, man. Right there. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Click on the notifications. Be back to you guys soon. And have a great remainder of the week. See, I can't even talk, man. And that's all I got. But like I said, like always, thanks for tuning in. God bless. Stay safe. Good night. And I thank you for tuning in to Terrible Towel Tuesday. Peace.